Welcome to the Book Lounge. In today's video, we're unpacking The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. If you're after a clear, step-by-step guide to financial independence and lasting wealth, this book lays it out perfectly. Stick around to discover how to take control of your money and build a life of freedom and abundance. In the introduction of The Simple Path to Wealth, J.L. Collins shares his motivation for writing the book, which stemmed from a series of letters he wrote to his daughter. His goal was to teach her the principles of money management and financial independence in a way that would provide clarity, simplicity, and long-term value. Recognizing that many people struggle with personal finance due to its complexity or fear of investing, Collins wanted to distill decades of financial wisdom into straightforward, actionable advice. He emphasizes that the book is not just for his daughter, but for anyone looking to achieve financial freedom without the stress or confusion often associated with money management. Collins reflects on his own financial journey, admitting that he made mistakes along the way, but ultimately learned what really works. He mentions the key insight that wealth is built not by luck or by playing the stock market, but by following a simple, disciplined approach over time. He criticizes the mainstream financial industry for making investing seem overly complicated, which often leads people to pay for expensive advisors or make poor decisions out of fear. In contrast, his philosophy is that building wealth should be simple, accessible, and rooted in fundamental principles that anyone can follow. The central theme of the introduction is that financial independence is not only achievable, but also much simpler than most people realize. The path to wealth involves consistently saving, avoiding debt, and investing in low-cost index funds, especially through Vanguard's Total Stock Market Index Fund, VTSAX, which he later explains in detail. According to Collins, one of the most important aspects of financial success is having the right mindset, viewing money as a tool to buy freedom rather than just material possessions. Collins points out that financial independence is about more than just having money. It's about having control over your life. He contrasts the traditional deferred life plan, where people work for decades and hope to retire comfortably, with a more immediate path to freedom. By focusing on smart financial habits early on, people can achieve financial independence faster, giving them the option to retire early or simply live life on their terms. The author also introduces the concept of FU money, which represents the amount of wealth that gives you the power to walk away from undesirable jobs or situations. It is the freedom to make choices not driven by financial desperation. Collins explains that reaching this level of financial security does not require complex strategies or insider knowledge. Instead, it's about following a simple, patient approach to investing and personal finance. Finally, Collins invites readers to rethink their relationship with money, encouraging them to view wealth building as a journey toward personal freedom and peace of mind. He sets the stage for the rest of the book by promising to guide readers through the exact steps needed to achieve this goal, while demystifying the world of investing and wealth creation. In The Simple Path to Wealth, J.L. Collins introduces the parable of the monk and the minister as a way to convey an important lesson about wealth, happiness, and contentment. The story is simple, yet rich in wisdom, drawing a contrast between two very different perspectives on life and money. The parable begins with two friends, a monk and a minister, both of whom live in the same town. The monk is a man of simplicity, devoted to a life of spirituality and minimal material possessions. He finds joy in meditation, nature, and the simple things in life. The minister, on the other hand, has dedicated his life to serving others through his religious role, but he also enjoys the comforts and rewards of material wealth. His home is grand, his lifestyle comfortable, and he takes pride in the financial stability he has achieved. One day, while walking together, the minister turns to the monk and says, "You know, if you learned how to manage your money better, you wouldn't have to live in such poverty. You could have all the things I have: comfort, security, and a better life." The monk listens quietly and then smiles, replying, "I have all the things I need, and I am happy. In fact, I have something even you do not." Intrigued, the minister asks, "What could you possibly have that I don't?" The monk responds, "I have enough." This simple exchange between the monk and the minister reflects a profound truth that J.L. Collins emphasizes throughout the book, the concept of enough. The minister represents the common mindset in our society, where financial success is often equated with having more money, more possessions, and more luxury. Many people, like the minister, work hard to build wealth, but they may also fall into the trap of constantly striving for more, never feeling truly satisfied or content with what they already have. The monk, on the other hand, embodies the idea of contentment and financial independence. He doesn't need wealth to be happy, and he understands the value of having enough. By having enough, the monk is free from the endless pursuit of more and is able to live a peaceful, fulfilling life, rich in experiences rather than possessions. Collins uses this parable to illustrate that true financial freedom is not just about accumulating wealth, but about reaching a point where you can say, I have enough. This concept of enough plays a central role in the book's philosophy. It's a reminder that money, while important, is ultimately a tool to provide freedom and security, not an end in itself. The key takeaway from the monk and the minister is that wealth is relative, and true wealth comes from understanding what is sufficient for your happiness. By focusing on the idea of enough, you can avoid the trap of endless consumption and instead enjoy a life of freedom and contentment, free from financial stress and the constant pressure to acquire more. My story, it has never been about retirement. From The Simple Path to Wealth, Your Roadmap to Financial Independence and a Rich, Free Life by J.L. Collins. In this section of The Simple Path to Wealth, J.L. Collins shares his personal journey toward financial independence and explains that his pursuit of wealth was never solely about retirement. Instead, it was about gaining the freedom to live life on his own terms. Collins starts by reflecting on the traditional concept of retirement, where people work for decades in the hope of eventually stopping at age 65. He acknowledges that for most, the goal is to secure enough money to enjoy a comfortable retirement. However, for him, the idea of financial independence always extended beyond retirement. His primary focus was never just to stop working, but rather to have the financial flexibility and security to make choices that were not dictated by money. From a young age, Collins was determined to avoid the financial struggles he saw around him. He recalls how his father lost his job during the recession of the 1970s, which had a profound impact on the family. This experience taught him that relying on a job as the sole source of income could be risky, and that having financial independence was essential for security. Collins understood that being financially independent meant having FU money, a term he uses throughout the book to describe the amount of money that allows you to walk away from any situation you don't like, whether it's a job or a financial obligation. Over time, Collins learned the importance of saving aggressively and investing wisely, particularly in the stock market. He explains that the key to building wealth was consistently living below his means, avoiding debt, and investing in low-cost index funds. This approach provided him with the financial security and freedom to make life decisions based on what he wanted to do, not what he had to do to earn a paycheck. One of the core messages Collins emphasizes in this section is that financial independence isn't about waiting for retirement to enjoy life. It's about having the ability to shape your life, whether that means continuing to work, pursuing passions, or spending time with family. He argues that too many people are trapped in jobs they dislike, thinking they have to grind it out until retirement. But financial independence offers a different path, one where you can have the freedom to make choices long before the typical retirement age. Collins also touches on how society often conflates retirement with financial independence, but the two are not the same. Financial independence is about creating options and gaining control over your time, while retirement is just one option that comes from reaching that point. For him, achieving financial independence meant he could continue to work on projects he enjoyed, but without the financial pressure to do so. In summary, Collins's journey shows that financial independence is not about escaping work or reaching a retirement milestone. Instead, it's about creating the financial freedom to live a life of choice, control, and purpose, long before retirement becomes the end goal. By following the principles outlined in his book, anyone can achieve this level of freedom, making financial independence the true objective rather than just waiting for retirement. In the Important Notes section of The Simple Path to Wealth, J.L. Collins outlines key principles and reminders to guide readers as they embark on their journey to financial independence. These notes serve as a foundation for the strategies and advice offered throughout the book, helping to clarify essential concepts and set the right mindset. One of the first points Collins makes is the importance of understanding that building wealth is a long-term game. He stresses that there are no shortcuts or quick wins when it comes to financial independence. The core approach he advocates, investing in low-cost index funds, requires patience and consistency over time. Collins reminds readers that markets fluctuate, but those who stay the course and continue investing, even during downturns, will benefit in the long run. A critical reminder in this section is the power of compound interest. Collins explains how compound growth is the engine behind wealth accumulation, especially in the stock market. The earlier you start investing, the more time your investments have to grow exponentially. He encourages readers to start as soon as possible and to let time work in their favor, emphasizing the importance of not underestimating the effects of compounding over decades. Another essential note is the focus on simplicity. Collins is a strong advocate for keeping financial strategies as simple as possible. He highlights the dangers of overcomplicating investments or getting caught up in trying to beat the market. According to Collins, the vast majority of investors, including professionals, cannot consistently outperform the market. Therefore, he advises focusing on low-cost index funds, such as Vanguard's Total Stock Market Index Fund, VTSAX, which captures the performance of the entire stock market. This approach eliminates the need for stock picking, market timing, or paying high fees for financial advisors. Collins also addresses the emotional side of investing, acknowledging that human psychology plays a significant role in financial success. He warns against panic selling during market downturns or making decisions based on short-term market movements. Investors who can control their emotions and remain disciplined, particularly during periods of market volatility, are more likely to succeed. He reiterates that market declines are a normal part of investing and that staying calm and continuing to invest during these times is crucial for long-term growth. A related note is the importance of avoiding debt. Collins strongly advocates living below your means and avoiding consumer debt, such as credit card debt, which can erode your ability to save and invest. He emphasizes that the less debt you carry, the more flexibility and freedom you will have to pursue financial independence. Finally, Collins makes a point to remind readers that financial independence is not about having a specific number or a certain amount of money. Instead, it's about creating enough wealth to give you freedom. Freedom from worrying about finances and the ability to live life on your own terms. It's about reaching a point where your investments generate enough income to cover your expenses, allowing you to make choices based on your desires, not financial necessity. In conclusion, the Important Notes section serves as a guiding framework for the entire book. It reinforces J.L. Collins' philosophy of simple, disciplined investing and provides reminders to stay patient, avoid emotional decision-making, and keep financial goals focused on freedom and independence rather than material accumulation. These notes set the stage for a clear, achievable path to financial security and independence. This section summarizes the key foundational points readers should keep in mind as they navigate the path to wealth laid out in the rest of the book. In Debt, the Unacceptable Burden, J.L. Collins addresses the negative impact of debt on financial independence, emphasizing that debt is a major obstacle to building wealth and gaining financial freedom. Collins views debt as something that should be avoided at all costs because it ties people down, restricts their financial flexibility, and can lead to a cycle of stress and poor financial decisions. Collins explains that most forms of consumer debt, particularly credit card debt, come with high interest rates that make it nearly impossible to get ahead financially. When people carry debt, they are not only paying off the original amount they borrowed, but also wasting money on interest, which compounds over time. This situation can trap people in a cycle of debt, making it difficult to save or invest for the future. One of the main arguments in this section is that debt is the opposite of freedom. Financial independence, which is the ultimate goal of the simple path to wealth, is about having enough money and investments to live life on your terms. Debt, however, keeps people tied to jobs they may dislike or forces them to work longer just to cover payments. Collins believes that when you owe money, you give up control over your time and choices, which is why eliminating debt should be a top priority for anyone seeking financial freedom. Collins stresses that the first step toward financial independence is to get out of debt as quickly as possible. He advises readers to avoid new debt and aggressively pay off existing debt, starting with high-interest debt first. He encourages cutting back on unnecessary spending and redirecting as much money as possible toward eliminating debt, even if it requires short-term sacrifices. Once debt is eliminated, Collins explains, the same money that was being used to pay off loans can be redirected into savings and investments. This is where the real journey toward wealth begins, that as you are no longer working to pay off creditors, but are instead building wealth for yourself. In addition, Collins offers a different perspective on good debt versus bad debt. While some may argue that certain types of debt, like mortgages or student loans, are acceptable, he warns against taking on too much of any debt. Even with good debt, the goal should always be to pay it off as quickly as possible to free yourself from the burden of owing others. In conclusion, debt, the unacceptable burden, serves as a powerful reminder that debt hinders financial progress. Collins' message is clear. By eliminating debt and avoiding it in the future, you create the foundation for financial independence and the freedom to live a life of your choosing. In this chapter, titled Why You Need FU Money, From the Simple Path to Wealth, J.L. Collins explains the concept of FU money and why it is essential for achieving true financial independence. FU money refers to having enough savings and investments to give you the power to walk away from any situation, whether it's a job, a relationship, or anything else, without worrying about financial consequences. Collins argues that most people live paycheck to paycheck and are financially dependent on their jobs, which limits their freedom. When you're dependent on your income to survive, you're often stuck in situations you don't want to be in, such as staying in a job you dislike simply because you need the money. FU money changes that dynamic by giving you options. It's the amount of money that provides the security and flexibility to make decisions based on what you want, not what you need to do to pay the bills. The author emphasizes that the path to accumulating FU money isn't about becoming wealthy overnight, but about consistently saving and investing over time. He highlights the importance of living below your means, avoiding debt, and investing in low-cost index funds to grow your wealth steadily. According to Collins, once you reach this level of financial independence, your relationship with work and life changes. You can pursue your passions, take risks, or even negotiate better working conditions, knowing that you're not financially trapped. FU money isn't about extravagance or luxury. Instead, it's about buying freedom, the freedom to make choices that align with your values and goals. Collins explains that the peace of mind that comes with having FU money is invaluable, as it allows you to live without the constant stress and worry that comes from financial insecurity. In conclusion, Why You Need FU Money highlights how financial independence empowers you to live life on your terms. It provides security, flexibility, and the ultimate freedom to walk away from anything that doesn't serve you, making it a key goal for anyone on the path to financial independence. This chapter underscores the importance of having FU money as the foundation for financial independence, offering the freedom and control necessary to lead a fulfilling life. In this chapter, titled Can Everyone Really Retire a Millionaire? From the Simple Path to Wealth, J.L. Collins addresses the possibility of achieving millionaire status through simple, disciplined financial habits. He argues that, yes, it is entirely possible for most people to retire as millionaires if they follow a few fundamental principles: consistently saving, avoiding debt, and investing wisely over time. Collins emphasizes that building wealth is not reserved for high earners or financial experts. Instead, it's about adopting smart money habits, regardless of income level. He points out that many people struggle financially not because they don't earn enough, but because they don't save or invest enough of what they earn. The key, according to Collins, is living below your means and prioritizing savings. Even modest incomes can grow into substantial wealth with time, thanks to the power of compound interest. One of the main strategies he promotes is investing in low-cost index funds, particularly the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund, VTSAX. By consistently contributing to such a fund, investors can harness the growth of the entire stock market, minimizing risk while maximizing long-term returns. Collins explains that over time, the stock market has consistently risen, despite short-term volatility. By staying the course and continuing to invest during market downturns, you allow your wealth to grow and compound, setting yourself up for a financially secure future. Collins also debunks the myth that reaching millionaire status requires making complex investment choices or taking big risks. He argues that simplicity is key. Regular contributions to a diversified index fund, avoiding high fees, and focusing on long-term growth are the most effective ways to build wealth. The chapter concludes by reminding readers that retiring as a millionaire isn't just about having a certain dollar amount in the bank. It's about having enough financial security to live comfortably, free from financial stress, and with the ability to make choices about how to spend your time and resources. In summary, can everyone really retire a millionaire? Emphasizes that with the right habits, saving, investing in low-cost index funds, and maintaining a long-term perspective, most people can indeed retire with financial independence and the possibility of a millionaire net worth. This chapter shows how financial discipline and a simple investing strategy can lead to substantial wealth over time, making millionaire status achievable for many. In this chapter, titled How to Think About Money, J.L. Collins explores the mindset necessary for achieving financial independence and building lasting wealth. He argues that how you perceive and approach money will greatly influence your financial success. Collins begins by emphasizing that money is simply a tool, a resource that provides freedom and options when managed wisely. He warns against attaching emotional value to money, such as associating it with status or personal worth, which can lead to poor financial decisions and unhealthy habits like overspending or chasing materialism. Instead, he encourages readers to view money as a means to an end, helping them achieve security, freedom, and independence. A core principle Collins introduces is the idea of enough. He stresses the importance of understanding how much is truly enough to meet your needs and live a comfortable, fulfilling life. Rather than constantly striving for more, he suggests focusing on what is sufficient for your goals and well-being. This mindset prevents the endless pursuit of more money and possessions, which can lead to stress and dissatisfaction. Collins also highlights the power of saving and investing early. The earlier you start putting money to work through investments, the more it will grow thanks to compound interest. He advises prioritizing long-term financial freedom over short-term consumption. By consistently saving, and investing yourself up for future security and freedom. In addition, Collins advocates for simplicity when managing money. He discourages complex investment strategies and instead promotes investing in low-cost index funds, which offer broad market exposure with minimal fees. This approach minimizes stress while maximizing returns over time. In summary, this chapter teaches that money should be viewed as a tool for freedom, not a measure of self-worth. By focusing on saving, investing wisely, and understanding how much is truly enough, you can build a healthy relationship with money and achieve financial independence. In this chapter, titled Investing in a Raging Bull or Bear Market, J.L. Collins provides guidance on how to navigate both bull rising and bear falling markets. His key message is to remain calm and stick to a disciplined investment strategy, regardless of market conditions. Collins begins by explaining that market fluctuations are a natural part of investing. Bull markets can make investors feel overconfident, while bear markets often induce fear and panic. However, he emphasizes that trying to time the market, buying when it's rising and selling before it falls, is nearly impossible and can lead to costly mistakes. Instead, the best approach is to adopt a long-term, steady investment plan. During a bull market, when prices are rising and the outlook is optimistic, Collins warns against the temptation to overinvest or chase trends. He reminds readers to stick to their plan, regularly contributing to low-cost index funds, and not get caught up in the excitement or inflated valuations. The danger in a bull market is becoming too aggressive or thinking the good times will last forever. On the flip side, in a bear market, when prices are falling, fear can drive investors to sell in a panic, locking in losses. Collins advises the opposite. Stay invested, keep contributing, and view market downturns as opportunities to buy stocks at a discount. He explains that bear markets are temporary, and over time, the stock market has historically always recovered. A core piece of advice Collins gives is to maintain a simple, consistent strategy. Invest regularly, ignore short-term market fluctuations, and keep costs low by choosing index funds. By focusing on the long term, investors will benefit from both bull and bear markets without the stress of trying to predict market movements. In summary, this chapter emphasizes that the key to investing in any market condition is consistency, patience, and resisting emotional reactions to short-term volatility. There is a major market crash coming, and even famous economists can't save you. In the section titled, "There is a major market crash coming, and even famous economists can't save you," Collins warns about the inevitability of market crashes and emphasizes that no one, no matter how smart or experienced, can predict when they'll happen. Even famous economists and financial experts have been wrong time and time again in trying to foresee downturns. Collins explains that market crashes are a natural and unavoidable part of investing. The key to surviving and thriving through them is to stay calm and not react emotionally. Fear leads to panic selling when the market drops, causing investors to lock in their losses. Trying to avoid crashes by timing the market is a futile effort, as even the brightest minds in economics cannot predict when they will occur or how severe they will be. The section also highlights the importance of focusing on long-term investment strategies rather than getting caught up in short-term fluctuations. Collins emphasizes that the stock market, despite its volatility, has always trended upward over time. He advises against making rash decisions in response to market crashes, as this can derail your long-term wealth-building plan. The best strategy, according to Collins, is to continue investing in low-cost index funds, which are designed to weather the ups and downs of the market. By sticking with a well-diversified portfolio and maintaining a disciplined approach, you will benefit from the market's long-term growth. In short, while crashes are certain, your financial success depends on staying the course and avoiding the temptation to act on fear. Even the experts can't save you from a crash, but you can save yourself by focusing on what you can control, your actions and your long-term plan. The market always goes up. In the section titled "The Market Always Goes Up," Collins explains one of the core principles of investing. While the stock market experiences short-term volatility, its long-term trend is consistently upward. This section reassures investors that despite temporary drops, corrections, and even crashes, the market as a whole recovers and grows over time. Collins highlights that market downturns are inevitable, but they are not the end of the world. They are a normal part of the economic cycle. Trying to time the market by guessing when to sell before a drop or buy before a rise is nearly impossible, even for experts. He points out that countless investors have lost money buying downturns or trying to predict the market's movements. The key message of this section is to focus on long-term growth rather than short-term fluctuations. Collins advises against reacting emotionally to market crashes or corrections. Instead, he encourages investors to stay the course, maintain their investments, and trust in the market's ability to recover and continue its upward trend. The concept of "the market always goes up" is particularly tied to investing in low-cost index funds, which track the overall performance of the market. By investing in these funds, you capture the growth of the entire market rather than trying to pick individual stocks or time market movements. Over time, the stock market has historically provided substantial returns, making it a powerful tool for building wealth. Ultimately, this section emphasizes patience and discipline. If you stay invested and avoid the temptation to react to short-term volatility, you will benefit from the market's upward trajectory, which is fueled by the growth of businesses and the economy over time. Why most people lose money in the market. In this chapter titled Why Most People Lose Money in the Market, Collins explains the common mistakes that lead investors to underperform or lose money. The primary reason is human behavior. People tend to act irrationally when it comes to investing, especially when emotions like fear and greed take over. One major pitfall is trying to time the market. Many investors believe they can predict when the market will rise or fall and adjust their investments accordingly. However, even seasoned professionals struggle to time the market correctly, and regular investors often buy high when driven by greed and sell low when struck by fear during market drops. This behavior leads to losses or subpar returns. Another key point Collins makes is that people tend to chase hot stocks or trends. This is dangerous because it's impossible to know which individual stocks or sectors will outperform in the long run. Most people end up overpaying for stocks that are already overvalued, thinking they've found the next big winner. Collins also stresses the importance of fees. Many investors lose money by investing in high-fee mutual funds or actively managed portfolios, which chip away at returns over time. Low-cost index funds, which track the overall market, outperform most actively managed funds because they keep costs low and don't rely on market timing or stock picking. The chapter emphasizes the idea that trying to outsmart the market is a losing game. The most reliable way to grow wealth is through consistent long-term investing in the total market using index funds. By ignoring short-term noise and staying the course, investors can avoid the mistakes that cause most people to lose money. In summary, Collins' advice is to keep it simple. Avoid market timing, ignore trends, minimize fees, and focus on the long-term growth of the market. Chapter 9, titled The Big Ugly Event, addresses the inevitability of major market downturns, what Collins refers to as the Big Ugly Event. This chapter emphasizes that while such events can be frightening and disruptive, they are an expected part of the investing journey and should not deter you from staying committed to your long-term strategy. Collins explains that the Big Ugly Event refers to significant market crashes or recessions, moments when it feels like the financial world is collapsing. These events are often triggered by unexpected economic crises or global shocks. The natural human reaction is to panic, sell investments, and retreat to safety. However, Collins warns that this emotional response is one of the worst things an investor can do. The key to surviving and even thriving during these downturns is to remain calm and avoid making impulsive decisions. Collins underscores the importance of maintaining your investments through such events, rather than trying to time the market or sell off your holdings out of fear. History shows that the market always recovers, and those who stay invested through the Big Ugly Event are rewarded when the market inevitably bounces back. He emphasizes the value of diversification, especially through low-cost index funds, which are resilient and designed to weather market storms. Collins also touches on the role of bonds in your portfolio, which can act as a stabilizer during turbulent times, providing balance when stocks take a hit. Ultimately, Collins' message in this chapter is clear. Major market crashes are unavoidable, but they do not have to be catastrophic for your financial future. By expecting these events and planning for them with a long-term mindset, you can navigate them successfully without losing sight of your path to wealth. Staying the course is the best defense against the Big Ugly Event. Chapter 10, titled Keeping It Simple: Considerations and Tools, focuses on the straightforward strategies and practical tools needed to achieve financial independence. Collins emphasizes that wealth building doesn't need to be complicated. Simplicity is often the key to success. The chapter outlines how anyone can apply these easy-to-understand methods to reach their financial goals. At the core of Collins' philosophy is the idea that you don't need to be a financial expert to invest wisely. He advocates for investing in low-cost, broad-based index funds, such as the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund, VTSAX. These funds offer exposure to the entire stock market, reducing the risk of picking individual stocks while capturing the overall growth of the economy. This simple strategy requires little maintenance, but offers powerful long-term results. Collins also discusses the importance of understanding asset allocation. While he favors stocks for their growth potential, he acknowledges the role of bonds in providing stability, especially during market downturns. The right balance between stocks and bonds depends on your risk tolerance, age, and financial situation, but the key is to keep the allocation strategy simple and consistent. Automation is another tool Collins recommends. Setting up automatic investments removes the temptation to time the market or skip contributions, ensuring that you are consistently building wealth regardless of market conditions. This hands-off approach minimizes stress and keeps you focused on the long-term goal. Additionally, Collins touches on tools like tax-advantaged accounts, such as 401ks and IRAs, which can help maximize returns by reducing your tax burden. He advises utilizing these accounts as part of your overall wealth-building strategy. In summary, Collins urges readers to avoid overcomplicating their investing approach. By focusing on simple, proven tools, index funds, asset allocation, automation, and tax-advantaged accounts, you can steadily grow your wealth and achieve financial freedom without unnecessary complexity. Chapter 11, titled Index Funds Are Really Just for Lazy People, Right?, tackles a common misconception about index funds, that they are only for those who are too lazy or uninformed to actively manage their investments. Collins dispels this myth by explaining that index funds are actually one of the smartest and most effective strategies for long-term wealth building. In this chapter, Collins explains that actively managing investments requires a deep understanding of the market, constant monitoring, and a lot of time. Despite this, most professional fund managers and individual investors still fail to outperform the market consistently over time. The truth is, trying to pick individual stocks or time the market often leads to worse results, even for the so-called experts. Index funds, on the other hand, are designed to track the overall market or specific sectors of it. They don't attempt to beat the market, but rather capture its average returns, which over the long term have historically been strong. This approach might seem lazy to some, but it's actually a highly disciplined strategy backed by data and research. Collins points out that index funds come with key advantages. They are low cost, they minimize risk by diversifying across many companies, and they require little ongoing effort from the investor. By investing in a broad market index fund, you essentially own a small part of every company in that index, giving you exposure to the overall growth of the economy. The chapter also highlights that this simplicity doesn't mean sacrificing returns. In fact, because of lower fees and better risk management, index funds tend to outperform the majority of actively managed funds over time. In conclusion, Collins reinforces that index funds are not for lazy people. They are for smart investors who understand that keeping it simple, minimizing costs, and staying in the market long term are the true keys to building wealth. Chapter 12, titled Bonds, explores the role bonds play in an investment portfolio, offering a stable complement to the growth potential of stocks. Collins explains that while stocks drive long-term wealth building through higher returns, bonds serve as a counterbalance, providing safety and reducing volatility during market downturns. Collins starts by explaining the fundamental nature of bonds. They are essentially loans you give to governments or corporations in exchange for regular interest payments and repayment of the principal at the bond's maturity. Bonds are less volatile than stocks, which makes them a reliable source of stability in your portfolio, especially during economic downturns or major market crashes. In this chapter, Collins advocates for using bonds to lower risk, especially as you approach retirement, or if you have a low tolerance for the market's ups and downs. For younger investors or those with a longer time horizon, he suggests a heavier allocation towards stocks for growth, but he recommends gradually increasing your bond allocation as you near your financial goals to protect your accumulated wealth. Collins highlights the bond allocation rule of thumb, which suggests adjusting the percentage of bonds in your portfolio based on your age. For instance, if you're 30 years old, you might hold 30% in bonds and 70% in stocks. As you age and get closer to needing your money, increasing your bond allocation helps safeguard against market crashes that could impact your savings at a critical time. He also discusses the specific types of bonds to consider, such as U.S. Treasury bonds, which are considered among the safest investments. Collins encourages investors to stick with high-quality, low-risk bonds rather than reaching for higher returns with riskier options. In conclusion, bonds may not offer the same growth as stocks, but they are a crucial tool in preserving wealth and managing risk. By integrating bonds into your portfolio, you create a more balanced and resilient investment strategy. Chapter 13, titled Portfolio Ideas to Build and Keep Your Wealth, provides practical guidance on how to create and maintain a successful investment portfolio. Collins emphasizes the importance of a simple, yet effective strategy that balances growth and risk to achieve long-term financial independence. Collins begins by reiterating the value of investing primarily in low-cost index funds. He advocates for a diversified portfolio that includes a mix of both stock and bond index funds. This diversification helps mitigate risk and smooth out the volatility of stock investments, especially important during market downturns. He suggests a straightforward approach, a combination of total stock market index funds and total bond market index funds, which collectively offer broad market exposure. He also introduces the concept of asset allocation, which involves determining the right percentage of stocks and bonds in your portfolio based on your age, risk tolerance, and financial goals. A common rule of thumb is to subtract your age from 100 to find the percentage of your portfolio that should be in stocks, with the remainder in bonds. This simple formula helps investors adjust their risk exposure as they get older and closer to retirement. Collins stresses the importance of rebalancing your portfolio regularly to maintain your desired asset allocation. Over time, stock performance can skew your allocation, so rebalancing ensures that you aren't taking on more risk than you intended. Additionally, he touches on tax-efficient investing strategies, such as holding bonds in tax-advantaged accounts like IRAs or 401ks, where they can grow without immediate tax implications. This strategy maximizes your after-tax returns and can significantly enhance your overall wealth-building efforts. In summary, this chapter emphasizes a straightforward approach to building and preserving wealth through diversified low-cost index funds, regular rebalancing, and tax-efficient strategies. By following these principles, investors can create a robust portfolio that aligns with their long-term financial goals and supports their journey to financial independence. Chapter 14, titled Selecting Your Asset Allocation, delves into the crucial topic of how to determine the right mix of investments in your portfolio. Collins emphasizes that asset allocation is one of the most significant factors influencing your investment returns and overall financial success. Collins begins by explaining the concept of asset allocation, which involves dividing your investments among different asset categories, primarily stocks and bonds. The appropriate allocation depends on several factors, including your age, risk tolerance, financial goals, and time horizon. A well-thought-out allocation can help balance risk and reward, allowing you to grow your wealth while managing potential downturns. For younger investors, Collins recommends a more aggressive approach with a higher percentage of stocks, as they have the time to recover from market fluctuations. A common guideline is to allocate around 80 to 90% of your portfolio to stocks and 10 to 20% to bonds. As you age and approach your financial goals, Collins suggests gradually shifting your asset allocation to include a higher percentage of bonds. This strategy helps protect your investments from market volatility and preserves your wealth as you get closer to retirement. Collins also stresses the importance of reassessing your asset allocation periodically, especially after significant life events, such as marriage, having children, or nearing retirement. Your risk tolerance and financial objectives may change over time, and your asset allocation should reflect these shifts. Additionally, he discusses the concept of glide paths in asset allocation, predefined strategies that gradually adjust your investment mix based on your age or target retirement date. These paths provide a simple and effective way to manage your portfolio over time without needing constant oversight. In summary, Selecting your asset allocation is a vital step in the investment process. By carefully considering your individual circumstances and adjusting your strategy as needed, you can create a balanced portfolio that aligns with your financial goals, ultimately leading you toward wealth and financial independence. Chapter 15, titled International Funds, explores the role of international investing within a well-diversified portfolio. Collins emphasizes that while domestic markets offer solid growth opportunities, international markets can provide additional diversification and potential for increased returns. Collins begins by explaining the importance of understanding global markets and their influence on overall economic performance. He highlights that many investors focus solely on domestic stocks, which can lead to missed opportunities in rapidly growing economies around the world. By including international funds in your investment strategy, you can benefit from the growth potential of foreign markets and reduce your portfolio's risk by not being overly reliant on a single economy. In this chapter, Collins discusses the two main types of international funds: developed markets and emerging markets. Developed markets include established economies like those in Europe and Japan, while emerging markets encompass countries with growing economies such as those in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. While emerging markets can offer higher growth potential, they also come with increased volatility and risks. Collins advises investors to carefully assess their risk tolerance when deciding how much to allocate to these funds. Collins also addresses the misconception that investing internationally is overly complex or risky. He emphasizes that investing in low-cost international index funds can simplify the process and provide broad exposure to global markets without the need to select individual stocks or conduct extensive research. Moreover, he notes that currency fluctuations can impact returns from international investments. However, these fluctuations can work both ways, sometimes enhancing returns and other times detracting from them. As such, it's important for investors to remain focused on their long-term goals rather than getting distracted by short-term market movements. In conclusion, incorporating international funds into your investment strategy can enhance diversification and growth potential. By taking a balanced approach and considering both developed and emerging markets, investors can build a more resilient portfolio that capitalizes on global economic opportunities. Chapter 16, titled TRFs, The Simplest Path to Wealth of All, focuses on target retirement funds and their effectiveness as a straightforward investment strategy for building wealth over time. Collins advocates for TRFs as an excellent option for investors seeking simplicity and efficiency in their portfolio management. Collins begins by explaining what TRFs are. These are mutual funds that automatically adjust their asset allocation based on the investor's target retirement date. For example, if you plan to retire in 2045, you would select a TRF that aligns with that year. Initially, these funds are more aggressive, investing heavily in stocks for growth. As the target date approaches, the fund gradually shifts toward a more conservative allocation, incorporating more bonds to reduce risk. One of the significant advantages of TRFs is their hands-off nature. Investors do not need to worry about constantly rebalancing their portfolios or adjusting their asset allocation as they age. The fund manager takes care of these decisions, making it ideal for those who may lack the time, knowledge, or desire to actively manage their investments. Collins emphasizes the importance of choosing a low-cost TRF, as high fees can significantly erode returns over time. He advises investors to look for funds with low expense ratios to maximize their wealth-building potential. Additionally, TRFs typically provide diversification across asset classes, which helps spread risk and enhance overall stability. Moreover, the chapter highlights that TRFs are suitable for various investment accounts, including 401ks and IRAs, allowing for tax-efficient growth. This flexibility makes them an appealing choice for investors at different life stages. In conclusion, Collins positions TRFs as a simple, effective, and automated approach to investing for retirement. By utilizing TRFs, investors can efficiently build wealth while minimizing the complexity and stress often associated with managing a diverse investment portfolio. For those looking for a straightforward path to financial independence, TRFs offer a practical solution. Chapter 17, titled What If You Can't Buy VTSAX or Even Vanguard, addresses common concerns and alternatives for investors who may not have access to Vanguard funds or specific index funds like VTSAX. Collins reassures readers that even if they can't invest in Vanguard directly, there are still effective ways to build wealth. Collins begins by explaining that while VTSAX, the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund, is a top choice for many investors due to its low cost and broad market exposure, it's not the only option available. If you're unable to invest in VTSAX, either due to account restrictions or unavailability, you can look for similar index funds offered by other providers. Many financial institutions now offer comparable low-cost total stock market index funds that can serve as effective alternatives. The chapter emphasizes the importance of focusing on the core principles of investing, low fees, and broad diversification, rather than fixating on a single fund or provider. Collins encourages investors to research other reputable fund families, such as Fidelity or Schwab, which offer similar index funds with low expense ratios. The key is to find funds that track the total stock market or large-cap U.S. stocks, ensuring you still capture broad market returns. Collins also addresses the situation where someone may have access to only high-fee mutual funds or actively managed funds. In such cases, he suggests making the best choice possible with the options available, even if they are not ideal. He advises against trying to time the market or pick individual stocks, as these strategies often lead to disappointing results. Additionally, he discusses the importance of staying disciplined and focused on long-term goals, regardless of the specific funds you invest in. By adhering to sound investment principles and maintaining a long-term perspective, investors can still achieve financial independence, even without direct access to Vanguard products. In summary, Collins emphasizes that there are always alternatives for investors. The focus should be on low-cost, diversified funds, enabling anyone to pursue wealth building, regardless of the specific investment vehicles available to them. Chapter 18, titled What Is It About Vanguard Anyway?, explains J.L. Collins's deep appreciation for Vanguard as a leading investment company and why he believes it plays a crucial role in the journey to financial independence. Collins highlights the key attributes that make Vanguard unique, focusing on its investor-friendly structure and low-cost offerings. At the heart of Collins's praise for Vanguard is its status as a company owned by its investors. Unlike traditional for-profit investment firms, Vanguard operates on a not-for-profit basis, meaning it's reinvested back into the company to lower fees for its clients. Collins emphasizes that this structure aligns the company's interests with those of its investors, making Vanguard a standout in the financial industry. Collins also lauds Vanguard for its commitment to low-cost index funds, particularly the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund, VTSAX, which he mentions frequently throughout the book. He explains that minimizing investment costs is critical to building wealth over time, and Vanguard's focus on keeping fees low helps investors keep more of their returns. Over decades, even small reductions in fees can result in significant financial gains, making Vanguard a valuable ally for anyone pursuing financial independence. Additionally, Collins appreciates the transparency and simplicity of Vanguard's offerings. Rather than pushing complex financial products or encouraging risky short-term trading, Vanguard emphasizes long-term passive investing in broad-based index funds, which aligns perfectly with Collins' simple path to wealth philosophy. In conclusion, what is it about Vanguard anyway? Reinforces Collins's strong advocacy for choosing Vanguard as a reliable, low-cost partner on the road to financial freedom. By operating in the best interests of its investors and prioritizing low-cost, long-term investing, Vanguard embodies the principles Collins believes are essential to achieving financial independence and building lasting wealth. Chapter 19, titled The 401k, 403b, TSP, IRA, and Roth Buckets, provides a comprehensive overview of various retirement accounts available to investors, emphasizing their benefits and how to effectively utilize them to build wealth. Collins breaks down each type of account, highlighting their unique features and advantages. Collins starts with the 401k, a popular employer-sponsored retirement plan that allows employees to save for retirement through payroll deductions. He emphasizes the importance of taking advantage of any employer matching contributions, as this is essentially free money that can significantly enhance retirement savings. Collins recommends maximizing contributions to the 401k, particularly if your employer offers a match. Next, he discusses the 403b plan, which is similar to a 401k but designed for employees of nonprofit organizations and public schools. Collins highlights that these plans also often provide tax advantages and the potential for employer matching. The chapter also covers the Thrift Savings Plan, TSP, specifically designed for federal employees and military personnel. Collins praises the TSP for its low fees and robust investment options, making it a valuable tool for government workers to save for retirement. Collins then explains the traditional individual retirement account, IRA, and the Roth IRA. He highlights the tax advantages of both accounts. Traditional IRAs allow for tax-deductible contributions, while Roth IRAs offer tax-free withdrawals in retirement. The decision between the two often depends on an individual's current tax situation and expectations for future tax rates. Finally, Collins underscores the importance of diversifying across these buckets of retirement accounts. By strategically allocating funds among these different account types, investors can optimize tax efficiency and grow their retirement savings more effectively. In summary, Chapter 19 serves as a practical guide to understanding various retirement accounts. By leveraging the unique benefits of each account type, investors can enhance their retirement savings and set a solid foundation for financial independence. Collins encourages readers to take proactive steps in utilizing these retirement vehicles to secure their financial futures. Chapter 20, titled RMDs: The Ugly Surprise at the End of the Tax-Deferred Rainbow, addresses the often overlooked concept of required minimum distributions, RMDs, and their implications for retirement planning. Collins explains that while tax-deferred accounts like 401ks and traditional IRAs are beneficial for building wealth, they come with the obligation of RMDs, which can significantly impact retirement finances. Collins begins by clarifying what RMDs are: the minimum amounts that account holders must withdraw from their tax-deferred retirement accounts starting at age 73, as of 2023. This requirement exists because the government wants to ensure that individuals eventually pay taxes on the money they deferred during their working years. Collins emphasizes that failing to take the correct RMD can lead to severe penalties, including a hefty 25% tax on the amount not withdrawn. He then discusses the potential financial implications of RMDs, particularly how they can affect tax liabilities in retirement. As individuals begin withdrawing funds, they may find themselves pushed into a higher tax bracket, which can reduce the overall benefit of tax deferral. This aspect is especially concerning for those who have accumulated significant balances in their retirement accounts, as the resulting tax burden could undermine their retirement income. Collins also contrasts RMDs with Roth IRAs, which do not have RMD requirements during the account holder's lifetime. He advocates for incorporating Roth accounts into one's retirement strategy to avoid the pitfalls of RMDs, thereby allowing for greater flexibility and potentially reducing tax burdens in retirement. In summary, Chapter 20 serves as a cautionary tale about RMDs and their implications for retirement planning. By understanding RMDs and proactively managing tax strategies, retirees can better prepare for the financial realities that accompany tax-deferred accounts, ensuring a smoother transition into retirement without unexpected tax burdens. Collins encourages readers to consider how they can structure their retirement savings to minimize the impact of RMDs while maximizing their wealth and financial independence. Chapter 21, titled HSAs: More Than Just a Way to Pay Your Medical Bills, explores the unique benefits of health savings accounts, HSAs, and how they can serve as a powerful financial tool for building wealth, beyond merely covering medical expenses. Collins highlights the multifaceted advantages of HSAs, positioning them as a vital component of a comprehensive financial strategy. Collins begins by explaining the basic structure of HSAs, which are tax-advantaged accounts designed for individuals with high-deductible health plans, DHPs. Contributions to HSAs are tax-deductible, and the funds grow tax-free. Withdrawals for qualified medical expenses are also tax-free. making HSAs one of the most tax-efficient accounts available. The chapter emphasizes that HSAs can be used strategically as a long-term investment vehicle. Collins encourages individuals to view HSAs not just as a means to pay for immediate medical costs, but as a retirement savings tool. By choosing to pay for current medical expenses out of pocket instead of using HSA funds, individuals can let their HSA balance grow over time. This strategy allows the funds to accumulate, providing a sizable nest egg that can be used tax-free for medical expenses in retirement or even for other expenses after age 65. Collins also highlights the flexibility of HSAs, noting that once individuals reach retirement age, they can withdraw funds for non-medical expenses without penalty, although they will incur taxes. This flexibility makes HSAs a unique asset that can supplement retirement income. In conclusion, Chapter 21 presents HSAs as a powerful financial tool that offers significant tax advantages and long-term growth potential. Collins advocates for maximizing contributions to HSAs as part of a broader wealth-building strategy. By recognizing the multifaceted benefits of HSAs, individuals can leverage these accounts to enhance their financial independence and health security, making them a valuable addition to any retirement plan. Chapter 22, titled Case Study Putting the Simple Path to Wealth into Action, provides a practical illustration of how the principles discussed throughout the book can be applied in real life. Collins presents a detailed case study of an individual or a couple navigating their financial journey towards wealth and independence, emphasizing the actionable steps and strategies they can employ. Collins begins by outlining the financial situation of the case study participants, detailing their income, expenses, and existing savings. He highlights their initial challenges, such as high debt levels or a lack of investment knowledge. The chapter then transitions into a step-by-step plan to help them achieve financial independence. The case study emphasizes the importance of prioritizing savings and investing early. Collins stresses the necessity of creating a budget that allows for consistent contributions to retirement accounts and other investment vehicles. He recommends utilizing tax-advantaged accounts such as 401ks, IRAs, and HSAs, illustrating how these can enhance their wealth-building potential over time. Collins also discusses the significance of selecting low-cost index funds, particularly Vanguard's offerings, to build a diversified portfolio. The chapter encourages investors to adopt a long-term mindset, avoiding the temptation to react to short-term market fluctuations or economic news. Furthermore, the case study highlights the importance of maintaining an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses, ensuring that investors can stay on track with their financial goals without derailing their progress. Collins reinforces the value of education and continual learning about personal finance, urging individuals to remain informed and engaged with their investment strategies. In conclusion, Chapter 22 serves as a practical guide to implementing the principles of the simple path to wealth. By providing a concrete example, Collins illustrates how individuals can take actionable steps toward financial independence. The chapter emphasizes that anyone can achieve their financial goals through discipline, strategic planning, and a commitment to long-term investing. Ultimately, the case study embodies the philosophy of living a rich and free life through prudent financial choices. Chapter 23, titled Why I Don't Like Investment Advisors, presents J.L. Collins' critical perspective on the role of investment advisors in personal finance. He begins by expressing his skepticism about their value, emphasizing that most individual investors can manage their own investments effectively without professional assistance. Collins highlights several key reasons for his viewpoint. First, he notes that many investment advisors charge high fees, which can significantly erode investment returns over time. These fees often include management fees, performance fees, and commissions, making it challenging for investors to realize the full potential of their investments. He argues that the average investor would be better off investing in low-cost index funds, which typically yield better returns over the long term. Another concern Collins raises is the lack of transparency in the industry. Many advisors may not disclose how they are compensated or the true cost of their services, leading to a misalignment of interests. Instead of prioritizing the best outcomes for their clients, some advisors may focus on maximizing their own commissions. Collins advocates for a more straightforward approach, where investors take control of their financial destinies by educating themselves about investing. Collins also points out that many investment advisors employ complex strategies that can confuse investors rather than empower them. He believes that the principles of investing should be simple and accessible to everyone. By sticking to a straightforward investment strategy, such as investing in low-cost index funds, individuals can achieve financial independence without the need for professional management. In conclusion, Chapter 23 serves as a call to action for readers to take charge of their financial futures. Collins encourages them to trust their own abilities, seek knowledge, and embrace a simple, effective investing approach. By minimizing costs and eliminating the need for investment advisors, individuals can significantly enhance their wealth-building potential and ultimately achieve the financial freedom they desire. Chapter 24, titled Jack Bogle and the Bashing of Index Funds, pays tribute to the late John C. Bogle, the founder of Vanguard and the pioneer of index fund investing. J.L. Collins highlights Bogle's significant contributions to personal finance and investing while addressing the criticism that index funds have faced from traditional financial professionals. Collins begins by recounting Bogle's revolutionary idea of index investing, which advocated for a low-cost, passive approach to investing that focuses on market averages rather than attempting to beat the market through active management. Bogle's philosophy was grounded in the belief that most investors would achieve better long-term returns by investing in index funds, which tend to have lower fees and provide broad market exposure. His vision culminated in the creation of the first index mutual fund in 1976, which paved the way for the proliferation of index funds in the investment landscape. Despite the success and benefits of index funds, Collins points out that they have faced substantial criticism from traditional investment advisors and professionals. Many detractors argue that index funds lack the potential for superior returns, and that active management is necessary to navigate market fluctuations. Collins counters these claims by emphasizing that the majority of actively managed funds fail to outperform their benchmark indices over the long term, and the high fees associated with these funds further erode investor returns. The chapter also discusses how some financial professionals may feel threatened by the rise of index funds, as they disrupt the traditional commission-based model that benefits from active trading and management. Collins encourages readers to remain steadfast in their belief in the power of index investing, drawing on Bogle's wisdom and the proven success of this approach. In conclusion, Chapter 24 serves as a powerful affirmation of Jack Bogle's legacy and the value of index funds. Collins urges readers to embrace a simple, low-cost investing strategy that aligns with Bogle's principles, reinforcing the idea that financial independence is attainable through disciplined, long-term investing in index funds. Chapter 25, titled Why I Can't Pick Winning Stocks and You Can't Either, delves into the pitfalls of trying to select individual stocks in hopes of achieving superior investment returns. J.L. Collins presents a compelling argument against stock picking, highlighting the challenges and inherent risks that come with this approach. Collins begins by explaining that even seasoned investors and financial professionals struggle to consistently identify winning stocks. He emphasizes that the stock market is influenced by a myriad of unpredictable factors, such as market trends, economic conditions, and company performance, which makes it nearly impossible to foresee which stocks will thrive. This uncertainty is compounded by the fact that the vast majority of individual investors lack access to the same level of information and analysis that institutional investors possess. Moreover, Collins points out that the notion of timing the market is a flawed strategy. Many investors believe they can buy low and sell high, but the reality is that market fluctuations are often random and unpredictable. Attempting to time the market frequently leads to poor decision-making, resulting in missed opportunities and losses. Collins argues that focusing on stock picking diverts attention from a more effective investment strategy, investing in broad market index funds. By doing so, investors can capture the overall growth of the market without the stress of choosing individual stocks. He highlights that index funds offer lower fees, diversification, and a more reliable path to wealth accumulation over time. In conclusion, Chapter 25 serves as a reminder of the limitations of stock picking and the advantages of a passive investment strategy. Collins encourages readers to embrace simplicity and the power of index investing, reinforcing the idea that a disciplined approach to building wealth can lead to financial independence. By avoiding the pitfalls of trying to pick winning stocks, investors can focus on what truly matters: long-term growth and financial security. Chapter 26, titled Why I Don't Like Dollar Cost Averaging, presents J.L. Collins' perspective on the common investment strategy of dollar cost averaging, DCA. While many financial advisors advocate for DCA as a method to mitigate risk and manage market volatility, Collins raises compelling arguments against its effectiveness in building long-term wealth. Collins begins by explaining the principle of dollar cost averaging, which involves investing a fixed amount of money at regular intervals, regardless of market conditions. Proponents argue that this approach can lower the average cost of investments over time and reduce the emotional stress associated with market fluctuations. However, Collins contends that the long-term benefits of DCA are often overstated. One of the central criticisms Collins raises is that DCA can lead to suboptimal returns. By systematically investing smaller amounts over time, investors may miss out on significant market gains that occur when the market is trending upward. He cites historical data showing that lump sum investing, putting a larger amount of money into the market all at once, tends to outperform DCA in most scenarios, especially in a generally rising market. Collins also emphasizes that the key to successful investing lies in the choice of investments rather than the timing of those investments. Instead of focusing on DCA as a risk management strategy, he advocates for investing in low-cost index funds as soon as capital is available. By doing so, investors can benefit from the long-term growth of the market without delaying their entry. In conclusion, Chapter 26 serves as a critical examination of dollar cost averaging, encouraging readers to consider the potential downsides of this strategy. Collins urges investors to adopt a more proactive approach by investing lump sums in quality index funds whenever possible, thereby maximizing their chances of achieving financial independence. Ultimately, he reinforces the importance of staying focused on long-term goals rather than getting caught up in the short-term fluctuations of the market. Chapter 27, titled How to Be a Stock Market Guru and Get on CNBC, offers a satirical take on the often glamorous portrayal of stock market experts in the media. J.L. Collins critiques the obsession with market predictions and highlights the reality behind becoming a so-called guru. Collins begins by illustrating how financial media and platforms like CNBC glorify stock market analysts and their predictions, often elevating them to celebrity status. He points out that these experts frequently make bold claims about future market movements, which can attract viewers but rarely translate into reliable investment advice. The chapter emphasizes that the allure of quick financial success can mislead many investors into chasing trends rather than focusing on long-term strategies. A key argument Collins makes is that true investment success is rarely about picking the next hot stock or predicting market fluctuations. Instead, he advocates for a simple, disciplined approach to investing, primarily through low-cost index funds. He emphasizes that the average investor is better served by adopting a straightforward strategy based on sound financial principles rather than trying to emulate the hype surrounding market gurus. Collins also discusses the psychological aspects of investing, warning readers against getting swept up in the noise created by market pundits. He stresses the importance of maintaining a long-term perspective, reminding investors that market volatility is a natural part of investing. By staying committed to a sound investment strategy and avoiding the distractions of the media, individuals can build wealth more effectively. In conclusion, Chapter 27 serves as a humorous yet insightful critique of the financial media landscape. Collins encourages readers to reject the notion that they need to become stock market gurus to achieve financial success. Instead, he reinforces the value of a simple, disciplined investing approach that focuses on long-term growth through index funds, steering clear of the seductive yet often misleading world of stock market speculation. Chapter 28, titled You Too Can Be Conned, explores the various ways that investors can fall victim to scams, misleading financial advice, and deceptive investment schemes. J.L. Collins emphasizes the importance of vigilance and skepticism in the realm of personal finance, warning readers about the potential pitfalls that come with trusting the wrong sources. Collins begins by highlighting the allure of quick wealth, which often serves as bait for unscrupulous individuals looking to exploit unsuspecting investors. He discusses how charismatic promoters can create a sense of urgency or exclusivity around certain investments, making them appear more appealing. This tactic can lead people to overlook red flags and invest in schemes that promise unrealistic returns. One of the critical points Collins makes is that the financial industry is rife with jargon and complexity, which can confuse even seasoned investors. He encourages readers to be wary of overly complicated investment strategies and products that are difficult to understand. In his experience, straightforward investing, primarily through low-cost index funds, is far more effective and less risky. Collins also addresses the role of emotions in investing, explaining how fear and greed can cloud judgment. He warns that these emotions can lead individuals to make hasty decisions, such as buying into fads or following market hype, which can result in significant financial losses. To protect themselves from being conned, Collins urges readers to educate themselves about investing, seek out credible information, and cultivate a healthy skepticism toward flashy investment opportunities. He encourages a focus on proven strategies, such as index fund investing, that prioritize long-term growth over short-term gains. In conclusion, Chapter 28 serves as a cautionary tale for investors, reminding them that anyone can be susceptible to deception in the financial world. Collins empowers readers to take charge of their financial education, make informed decisions, and remain vigilant against potential scams, reinforcing the principle that a simple, disciplined approach to investing is the best defense against being conned. Chapter 29, titled Withdrawal Rates, How Much Can I Spend Anyway?, addresses one of the most critical questions for those pursuing financial independence: determining how much money can be safely withdrawn from investment accounts during retirement without depleting savings. J.L. Collins provides insights and strategies to help readers navigate this crucial aspect of financial planning. Collins introduces the concept of the safe withdrawal rate, commonly defined as the percentage of retirement savings that can be withdrawn annually while minimizing the risk of running out of money. He highlights the popular 4% rule, which suggests that retirees can withdraw 4% of their initial retirement portfolio balance each year, adjusted for inflation, with a reasonable expectation that their funds will last for 30 years. However, Collins emphasizes that this rule is not one-size-fits-all and encourages readers to consider their individual circumstances. The chapter discusses various factors influencing withdrawal rates, including market conditions, personal expenses, and lifestyle choices. Collins stresses the importance of flexibility in retirement spending, advocating for a dynamic withdrawal strategy that adjusts based on market performance and changing personal needs. By being adaptable, retirees can help safeguard their portfolios against market downturns. Collins also highlights the impact of taxes on withdrawals, emphasizing the need to understand the tax implications of different accounts, like IRAs and 401ks, when planning retirement distributions. He encourages readers to think strategically about which accounts to withdraw from in order to minimize their tax burden and maximize their net income. In conclusion, Chapter 29 provides essential guidance for those approaching retirement. Collins empowers readers to take charge of their financial future by understanding withdrawal rates and the factors that influence them. By adopting a thoughtful and adaptable approach to spending in retirement, individuals can enhance their chances of achieving lasting financial security while enjoying the freedom and lifestyle they desire. Chapter 30, titled How Do I Pull My 4%, provides practical guidance for retirees on implementing the safe withdrawal rate strategy, particularly the popular 4% rule. J.L. Collins aims to simplify the process of drawing down retirement savings while ensuring that funds last throughout retirement. Collins begins by reiterating the essence of the 4% rule, which suggests that retirees can withdraw 4% of their initial retirement portfolio annually, adjusted for inflation, to maintain a sustainable income for approximately 30 years. He emphasizes that this rule is a guideline, not a rigid formula, and encourages readers to assess their own financial situations and comfort levels with risk. The chapter discusses the mechanics of executing the 4% withdrawal strategy. Collins explains how retirees can establish a systematic withdrawal plan, often suggesting a monthly or quarterly approach to make the process manageable. He stresses the importance of setting a withdrawal schedule that aligns with personal expenses and lifestyle, allowing retirees to maintain financial flexibility. Collins also addresses the common concern about market volatility. He advises retirees to be prepared for market fluctuations and to avoid panic selling during downturns. Instead, he recommends maintaining a diversified portfolio, primarily composed of low-cost index funds, to weather market ups and downs. By focusing on long-term growth and sticking to the withdrawal plan, retirees can minimize the impact of short-term market changes on their financial security. Furthermore, Collins highlights the importance of regularly reviewing and adjusting the withdrawal strategy based on actual spending needs and investment performance. He encourages retirees to be proactive about monitoring their financial health and making adjustments as necessary to stay on track. In conclusion, Chapter 30 equips readers with the tools to confidently withdraw their 4% in retirement. Collins emphasizes the importance of a structured approach and adaptability, empowering retirees to enjoy their financial independence while ensuring their savings endure throughout their retirement years. Chapter 31, titled Social Security: How Secure and When to Take It, provides a comprehensive look at Social Security benefits, emphasizing their role in retirement planning and addressing common concerns regarding their reliability. J.L. Collins demystifies the Social Security system, reassuring readers about its continued importance for many retirees. Collins begins by explaining how Social Security functions, highlighting that it serves as a critical safety net for individuals during retirement. He discusses the funding structure of Social Security, mentioning that while there are concerns about its long-term sustainability, it remains a vital income source for millions of Americans. Collins emphasizes that Social Security is designed to provide a base level of income, and understanding it is essential for effective financial planning. A significant focus of this chapter is on the decision of when to begin receiving Social Security benefits. Collins explains that individuals can start taking benefits as early as age 62, but doing so will result in reduced monthly payments. He notes that delaying benefits until full retirement age, typically between 66 and 67, or even up to age 70, can substantially increase the monthly amount received. This flexibility allows individuals to tailor their approach based on their financial needs, health status, and life expectancy. Collins also addresses the potential tax implications of Social Security benefits and how other income sources can impact the amount received. He encourages readers to consider their overall financial picture when deciding when to take Social Security, promoting a strategic approach that aligns with personal circumstances. In conclusion, Chapter 31 equips readers with essential insights into Social Security, emphasizing its reliability and the importance of timing in claiming benefits. Collins empowers individuals to make informed decisions that enhance their financial security in retirement, helping them to incorporate Social Security into their broader retirement strategy effectively. By understanding their options, retirees can optimize their benefits and enjoy greater peace of mind in their financial future. Chapter 32, titled How to Give Like a Billionaire, explores the philosophy and strategies of charitable giving, emphasizing that anyone can practice generosity regardless of their financial status. J.L. Collins encourages readers to approach philanthropy thoughtfully and to consider the impact of their contributions. Collins begins by discussing the motivations behind charitable giving, noting that many wealthy individuals engage in philanthropy not just to give back, but also to create a legacy and effect meaningful change in the world. He highlights that the principles of effective giving can be applied by anyone. encouraging readers to adopt a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. One key aspect of the chapter is the importance of aligning charitable contributions with personal values and passions. Collins suggests that individuals should identify causes that resonate with them, whether they be education, healthcare, environmental issues, or social justice. This alignment can lead to more fulfilling and impactful giving, as individuals are more likely to support initiatives they genuinely care about. Collins also emphasizes the power of small, consistent contributions over time. He argues that even modest donations can accumulate and make a significant difference when directed toward the right causes. This approach democratizes philanthropy, demonstrating that anyone can contribute meaningfully, regardless of their financial situation. Moreover, the chapter touches on the importance of researching organizations before making donations. Collins advises readers to consider the effectiveness and transparency of nonprofits to ensure that their contributions are used wisely. By being informed givers, individuals can maximize the impact of their charitable efforts. In conclusion, Chapter 32 inspires readers to embrace the spirit of giving, regardless of their wealth. Collins empowers individuals to consider how they can contribute to society and make a difference, reinforcing the idea that philanthropy is not limited to billionaires. By giving thoughtfully and strategically, anyone can leave a lasting impact on the world around them. Chapter 33, titled My Path for My Kid, The First 10 Years, outlines J.L. Collins' approach to teaching children about financial independence from an early age. Collins emphasizes the importance of instilling sound financial principles and habits in kids, setting them up for a lifetime of financial literacy and responsibility. In this chapter, Collins advocates for a hands-on approach to teaching children about money management. He shares his personal experiences and strategies for introducing financial concepts in a relatable way. For example, he suggests using simple, everyday activities to explain basic financial principles, such as saving, investing, and budgeting. By incorporating these lessons into family discussions and activities, parents can foster a sense of financial awareness and encourage children to take an active interest in their financial futures. Collins emphasizes the value of teaching children the importance of saving and investing early on. He introduces the idea of giving kids a small allowance, encouraging them to allocate a portion for savings, spending, and sharing, charity. This practice not only teaches budgeting, but also helps children understand the importance of delayed gratification and the benefits of saving for future goals. Moreover, Collins encourages parents to introduce children to the concept of investing through age-appropriate resources, such as books or games that teach financial principles. He suggests discussing the power of compound interest and the benefits of long-term investing using relatable examples, allowing children to grasp the value of money growth over time. In conclusion, Chapter 33 serves as a practical guide for parents seeking to equip their children with essential financial skills in their formative years. Collins empowers readers to take an active role in their kids' financial education, advocating for early lessons in saving, investing, and responsible money management. By fostering these habits early on, parents can help their children build a solid foundation for a prosperous financial future. Chapter 34, titled Tales from the South Pacific, presents a series of personal anecdotes and reflections from J.L. Collins's travels and experiences in the South Pacific, illustrating the broader lessons of financial independence and living a fulfilling life. Through these stories, Collins connects the principles of wealth building with the importance of enjoying life's journey. In this chapter, Collins recounts his time spent in the idyllic South Pacific, where he found inspiration in the simplicity and beauty of the environment. He emphasizes that wealth is not solely about accumulating money, but also about creating a life rich in experiences and relationships. This perspective underscores the book's core message that financial independence should enable a life filled with joy, adventure, and meaningful connections. Collins shares his observations of the local cultures, which often prioritize community and connection over material possessions. He contrasts these values with the hustle and grind often seen in Western societies, where the pursuit of wealth can overshadow the enjoyment of life. Through these tales, he encourages readers to rethink definitions of success, advocating for a balance between financial pursuits and the appreciation of life's simpler pleasures. The chapter also highlights the idea of embracing freedom and flexibility that comes with financial independence. Collins reflects on how achieving financial security allowed him to travel, explore, and engage with different cultures without the constraints of a traditional work schedule. This freedom, he argues, is one of the greatest rewards of following the simple path to wealth. In conclusion, Tales from the South Pacific serves as a reminder that financial independence is not just about the numbers in a bank account, but about living a life aligned with one's values and aspirations. Collins encourages readers to seek balance, prioritize experiences, and cultivate relationships, reinforcing that the journey toward wealth can be as rewarding as the destination itself. Chapter 35, titled Some Final Thoughts on Risk, delves into the concept of risk in investing and personal finance, providing valuable insights into how to navigate uncertainties while pursuing financial independence. J.L. Collins emphasizes that understanding risk is crucial for making informed investment decisions and developing a robust financial strategy. In this chapter, Collins begins by acknowledging that all investments carry some level of risk. He stresses the importance of differentiating between types of risk, such as market risk, inflation risk, and individual investment risk. By comprehending these risks, investors can better prepare for market fluctuations and economic downturns. Collins advises readers to adopt a long-term perspective, arguing that time in the market can mitigate many short-term risks. Collins also addresses the psychological aspect of risk. He explains how fear and greed can influence investor behavior, leading to poor decision-making during volatile market conditions. To combat these emotional responses, he encourages readers to stick to a simple, consistent investment strategy focused on low-cost index funds, which have historically outperformed actively managed funds over the long term. By maintaining discipline and adhering to a well-defined plan, investors can weather market storms more effectively. Furthermore, Collins discusses the importance of diversification as a key strategy for managing risk. He suggests that spreading investments across different asset classes can reduce overall portfolio volatility. However, he cautions against over-diversifying, which can dilute returns and complicate financial management. In conclusion, Some Final Thoughts on Risk serves as a practical guide for investors seeking to understand and manage the inherent uncertainties in investing. Collins empowers readers to embrace a long-term mindset, maintain discipline, and prioritize simplicity in their investment strategies. By doing so, individuals can build resilience against market fluctuations, allowing them to achieve their financial goals with greater confidence and peace of mind. Thanks for joining me at the Book Lounge for a deep dive into The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. If you found today's insights valuable, hit like and don't forget to subscribe for more strategies to build your financial freedom. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment with your key takeaways, what resonated with you the most, or even what you'd like to see in the next video. And as a bonus for sticking around, grab your free book summary and actionable workbook through the link in the description to start applying these principles today. Until next time, stay curious and keep growing.